And we're back. We're making some videos, but I just haven't had time to really upload these videos. Hopefully, I can get this one up here. This is 2 days before Christmas, December 23rd, and we have the weekend sales. Actually, pretty decent. It's not a good high number, but it's a quality priced items. So let's go over these real quick. Up first, we have The Hills Have Eyes. This one is sealed. Came from our buddy Felix. This is the older one, and it sold for $7 on an offer. And there you go. We still got Christmas movies coming through. I think we sold 9 of these during Christmas, so they did pretty well. We're selling them from $7 to $10 each. They are sealed. So this is I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus for $7. Well, we got this from a guy that owned a video rental store, and he pretty much gave us a box of these because I don't know, he was just being nice, so he gave us a huge box of them. So I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. We have the Flamingo Kid with Matt Dillon. This one sold for $5 on an offer. This came from Felix also. We have a CD here. If You Lived Here, You'd Be Home. The Nields. This sold for $9.60. This came from our big CD DVD buy. When we bought that buy, it was like $700. And it gave us so much inventory. And we sold a ton. I don't even know, $15,000 or something. It was a lot of media, and we're still selling a lot every day. So there's some in here too, and I will mention when they come across. But that was an awesome buy. I did not record 1 minute of it, but it was the crappiest photo I had ever seen. And when I went there, they were like, "Oh yeah, it's like $50 for a tote," and it was like a sealed tote of CDs. And they're like, "We have like 17 or 18 more," and so we got them all. And that was awesome. Alright, up next we have this book, Heads by David Osborne. This sold for $4.20. I think we paid a quarter for that one at the thrift store. Just because it looked like a horror book, so I just picked it up. We have Hop Along Cassidy. This sold for $24.03. This came from a big local auction house buy. We spent about $400. There was just a lot of good stuff in there that you would not normally find out in the wild in good condition. And right away we sold like one for like 300 something, and another one for like 160, and a bunch in between. So yeah, that was a good one. Hop Along Cassidy, that one sold for $24.03. There you go, another I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, this time for $9.99. We have Silver Unrated. This is from that Live Oak buy. That one sold for $4. The Fisher King. This came from our boy. No, this one is also from Live Oak. The big CD DVD buy. $5.40 on that one. This came from our boy Felix. The Fast and Furious sealed. Was it 1 through 6? $14.90. It's been up for a while, but there you go. The Gene Autry Show. This is one that the same thing as this Hop Along Cassidy, and this one sold for $11.25. So there you go, $11.25 on that one. Then we have Dead Like Me. This came from the big DVD CD buy, and this sold for $57. So that was a good surprise. Did not know the show was worth that much money, and I was just going through them, and I looked it up. I think we listed for like $70, and then we got an offer. So, no, we got an offer. They didn't accept, and then someone bought it like the next day at the regular price of $57. Because I've been discounting like 3 to 4%, 5% each month to try to get items down, and so they'll just sell. Up next, we have this guy. He came through, and he bought one DVD the other day, then he bought another one. And now he's been buying more. So yeah, that's cool. Recently DVDs have been doing so well for us. I feel like people are still watching a ton of DVDs compared to watching VHS, which is right. And it's just, they're moving good, and they're easy to list, and if they're a little scratched, we just clean them up. But majority of the time, we're doing well, and we sell a lot of DVDs now. Yeah, I like the DVDs. They're easy to find. We find big lots because when people were collecting DVDs at home, they would have a couple hundred, and then they decide to get rid of them all. So right here we have Gangster Squad. This came from my coworker. This one sold for $5.75. We have Incredible Hulk. This one is sealed, and it sold for $15.25. We got this one from a yard sale. I think we paid $2 for it. The prices were higher, so I only think I picked out like 10 of them and paid $20. We have Galaxy Quest. I believe this one also came from my coworker. He said, "Oh, I got a little tiny stack of Blu-rays," and that one sold for $11.25. Oh no, this one came from just a yard sale. I think we paid around like 50 to 75 cents. But yeah, my coworker, he did come. He sold me all his DVDs. Then he came back and was like, "I have a little stack of Blu-rays. I think they're like $1 each. I think there was 8. So, but the first one was like 300 or 400 movies. We have Mr. Majestic. This one sold for $10.50. This one here came from a local buy that the guy had passed away and their friends were selling off his DVD collection, which he had some pretty cool stuff in pretty good condition. And this one is Mr. Majestic. You know, I watched this on VHS one day, and Charles Bronson is the man, and this was actually a pretty good movie. He's like a watermelon farmer, and he just kicks a bunch of ass. So yeah, good movie here, Mr. Majestic, Charles Bronson. And then we have this VHS here. Wilford Brimley stars in Star Wars Ewoks Battle for Endor. So this one sold for $82.44 going international. It is sealed. Crazy thing about this one, you know, we went and hit like 2 or 3 yard sales one day. And we go up to one that's kind of more like in the foothills and show up, and it's just a bunch of junk and tools and, you know, kind of run down because it's out in the middle of nowhere. And then there's one tote of VHS, a pretty big tote. And it's filled to the top, and the top layer is kind of dusty. And I walk over to it, and I start picking out a few, because they're like, "Oh yeah, make a price. You know, make a bunch." And I pick out like maybe 5, and they're like, "You want to buy the whole thing?" I said, "No, I don't really want all these movies." And they're like, "Tell us any price, and we'll sell it to you." I'm like, $2. And they told me the bin for $2. A lot is going to be for this Def Jam. Oh, the Ewok one. Down there.
Sealed?
Ooh. Alright, there we go. There's something that we've never gotten. That could be good, Mom. Yeah. Put this one in. So, yeah, that was in there. $82. That's a pretty awesome score. And, yeah, $82 on that one. The next 2 are from Akari. This is from a repeat buyer. He is buying a lot of screeners. And we sold him these 2 movies here for $30. The same thing where we got these, I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. We got a box of screeners. We paid $45 for a box of like 125 screeners. And there was some good stuff in there, but there was a lot of junk too that was worth like $2 or $1. But yeah, not another teen movie. This one is a little bit rare as a screener. You know, I rewatched both of these movies recently, and when I was younger, I thought this movie was hilarious, and I rewatched it, and it still is freaking hilarious. I would recommend watching this. If you haven't seen it, it's funny. You gotta like that raunchy comedy, because this one's good. Jason X, I remember this when I was younger, and I decided to give it a rewatch. A lot of people don't like it, because it's, you know, out of the norm. He's in space on the ship or whatever. But it was okay. I mean, I like it. The scene that's pretty awesome is they like freeze some chick and just like smash her head. But when she smashes, she breaks apart like it's like an icy or something. It's just funny. That one always made me laugh. But yeah, those two, $30. So pretty good sales here. The DVDs are selling well, and the VHS are going really slow. We've been listing a lot more, but they just haven't been selling as much. And the CDs, they're hit and miss, and we add some, but they don't sell that much. But DVDs, man, I just can't believe how well they sell. They used to be like our number 3 or 4. You know, we used to like books, and then it was VHS, then DVDs, and then CDs, then DVDs. But now DVDs, you just find them everywhere. I know I've been rambling on about it, but it's just crazy how much we can sell of DVDs over the weekend. And yeah, it's cool. I like selling them. So there you go. Alright, so we got Monday morning sales. You know, all this came in overnight, and so it was kind of slow so far. They came in, and then it's been slow. So let's start off here. We have WWF's Greatest Matches on VHS. Had this for a very long time. Sold for $14.72. We have The Used CD. It sold for $11.99. Quick sell on that one. These alternative mid-2000s CDs have done very well. I hope to find some more out here in these, spring yard sales. But it's just crazy how well they have done. But yeah, be on the lookout for these 2000s alternative CDs. They do good. They sell quickly. We have a Canon manual here. It sold for $8.77. Those have done pretty good for us too. We have this Windham Hill record sampler. We paid $1 for this. Sold for $8.24. These do pretty good. We've sold these numerous times. It does have this George Winston in there. So yeah, the Windham Hill samplers. You know, it's $8, so there you go. And we sold another one of these manuals. We have like 3 or 4 of these left. Then we have a bunch of them that are in Spanish. The thing with these is there's like a bonus little guide in there. And after those sell through, we have just this top manual, which is the main one. About 5 or 6 more of those. So those have been nice. They've been selling well. And when they're gone, that will be that. But yeah, there you go. One that just came in right now. We're about to take everything to the mailbox, so I'm going to ship this. It's called Lily something here. What do we got? There we go. Lily and Russell. It sold for like $4.80, I think. This is from our boy Felix. It is a Cinema Archives. When I find those, I do try to list them. They do okay. This one's kind of cheap. It is sealed, but it does feel very thin, so you know it's a newer, cheaply done one. So there you go, Lily and Russell. So we have another manual that just sold. This is a different style manual. It is a Canon one. So this is our manual box. There's a bunch over there still. I need to figure them out. Here. There we go. So this is it. Canon DSLR A100. This sold for $10.13. Alright, so we have another one here. It is Harry Potter. I think this sold for like $6 something to a repeat buyer. Yeah. So we used to store everything in like these little bins and boxes and stuff. Then we started using file cabinets, but we filled them up. So we're still using the bins a little bit, but we need more file cabinets. But $6 something for this one.